Howdy partner. So you want to learn how to smoke a brisket on a Pit Boss portable tabletop pellet grill? Well, you're in luck. We're going to show you today. Today, we're going to walk you through how to smoke a delicious, juicy brisket on one of these Pit Boss portable tabletop pellet grills. We have a couple videos on the tabletop pellet grill that gives you a review and how to use it and all that. Those will be linked at the end of this video. But today, we're just going to kind of show you how to make a brisket today. So it's a brisk and cold morning. We got the sun peeking out over my shoulder. A great time to go ahead and start smoking. So what we've done is we bought about an 8-pound brisket and we trimmed apart the flat and the point. After we trimmed those apart, we took off extra fat, but we left about an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch layer. I like that on mine, personal preference, but that way it has some nice juices that are gonna flow over the meat while we're cooking. So we've taken some salt and pepper, and I prefer to go about 2 to 1 salt rather than pepper, but some people go 50-50. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cover these really well with the salt and pepper. And you wanna really rub it in there, put a nice crust on both sides of the meat. And then we're gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes or so to let the meat go ahead and start sweating out, because that salt's gonna pull out a little bit of moisture. So we'll cover those up real good, get a nice crust on both sides. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start preheating the grill. So I wanna go ahead and plug it in, and then I'm gonna turn it on the smoke setting. And the smoke setting will start to preheat this tabletop pellet grill. Once it starts to smoke, it means it's ready to go. We're gonna cook, this brisket was 8 pounds. After we separated and took off the fat, probably is, 6-7 pounds. And we cut it in 2 pieces. So, the bigger piece is probably 5 pounds or so. You usually cook for about 1.5 hours a pound at 225. We're gonna at 225. So we're looking at somewhere around I'm thinking 8-hour mark is plenty of time. So we'll throw this on and then we'll put in the meat probe and we'll check back with you in just a minute. All right, we're right up at temperature at that 225 mark we want to start with. This Pit Boss tabletop pellet grill, even on a colder morning like this where it's about 48 outside, it takes about 15 minutes to heat up, so it's pretty quick. If it's warmer outside, it does it even faster. So like I said, even though it's a smaller grill, we can fit a whole brisket, but this one we started out with, like I said, was about 8 pounds. So we had to trim it down a little bit. Now, you might have been able to squeeze it on whole, but it would have been really hard. So you see the meat has started to sweat from that salt and pepper mixture. We're gonna go ahead and put the fat side up. That's how I like to do it. People have different opinions, but I like to have the juices run over the meat. So we're gonna put that there. And then we've got this rack that we're gonna go ahead and stick towards the rear. And I'm gonna put the rack here, and then I'm gonna put the other piece right here on the rack. Kind of let it overflow, and it can drip the juices down here. So we got plenty of room. We could do even a larger one. Could have kind of chopped it up a little bit if you want to, but I know we want to keep this as whole as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up. We got our pellet here full. I don't want to touch everything with my nasty hands. Close it up. It's spiking right now because we opened it up, but it'll drop back down. It never gets more than about 15 degrees off center. So just started it up. Check it back in about, I don't know, maybe 6-8 hours, see how it's doing. We'll also insert this meat probe into the meat so we can monitor it. We're looking at internal temperature right at about 200 degrees. Once it hits 200 degrees, we want to turn it off, let it rest, and then it'll be ready to eat. Stay tuned and check out this delicious meal. Smells like freedom. Looking good. About an hour on, we're at 113 on the meat and sitting at 225. Check it out in just a few minutes to see how that bark's doing. Well, we're just past 5 hours into the cook now, and we just passed 170 degrees. You'll find at that 170 mark, I found tends to be kind of a point that gets stuck at for a little bit, but we're at 174 now. If you want to take a look, we're getting a nice bark. Now again, it's this fat that's rolling down into here. Our pellets are doing okay. It wasn't full to begin with, so it doesn't take too much on this little grill. I'll add a few more, but we're gonna give this probably another 2 hours or so. Maybe 1.5 hours, we'll check it out. So stay tuned, it's coming along nicely. We are right at the 7-hour mark, And our meat is just hitting 200 degrees on the meat probe. Now, the only thing that this Pit Boss did not come with was a meat probe thermometer, even though it lets you plug it in. I purchased this one off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for it. But it really makes it helpful. Before, I was just using a digital or a regular, kitchen thermometer. But let's check this out. So everything's gonna be pretty warm. And what you want to do now that it's cooked to that 200 degree mark is we're gonna wrap it in foil and we're gonna let it rest for about another 30 minutes. So we'll take off this delicious looking brisket. That looks really good. Let's get a close-up of that. Oh yeah, we're gonna cut into that and see how that does. And then we'll also go ahead and wrap up the other half. So again, it's about 8 pounds to begin with. It took 7 hours. That was before trimming and cutting 2 pieces. With the Pit Boss tabletop pellet grill, it stays pretty clean. I like to turn it up to high and let it kind of cook off all that fat. There's also a grease tray that does that. So stay tuned. We're gonna take this inside. We're gonna wrap it up real quick, wait 30 minutes, slice into it, and give it the ultimate taste test. Should be world's best brisket. Thanks for watching. Moment of truth. Grab my fancy Oklahoma Joe favorite knife here. We're gonna go ahead and slice into this and see how this brisket turned out. So it's looking mighty juicy. All right, let's check this out. Wipe my hands just a little bit. Okay. We're gonna start just kind of right in the middle, just for the camera. And let's see how we did. Okay, looking pretty good. We got a nice smoke ring here. A little bit heavier on the fat in the middle than I wanted to be, but that's okay. Feels super tender, slicing nicely. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and give it a taste test. See, we got some more smoke color over here in the back. Okay. And pardon me, I'm not a professional barbecuer, but I think this is gonna be pretty good. So, let's go ahead and separate this out. Sorry, it's just a little bit hot. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut it. Okay. Let's see. All right. We got 2 thumbs up. World's best. Maybe not the best. Pretty good, pretty good. Yep, it passes. Thanks for tuning in to Miss Gray's How To. Be sure to like, comment, most importantly, subscribe. Really appreciate those subscribers. That keeps this channel going, keeps us putting out content. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment box, and I'll try to get right back to you. Again, as well as all the videos that we do, if I can do this, you can too. Thanks for watching.